very disappointed in you. You steal the secret of life and death, and here you are, trysting with the bubble-headed co-ed. You're not even a second-rate scientist.
Ah, Mr. West, I'm actually glad to see you. It saves me the trouble of having to send for you.
You'll never get credit for my discovery. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow.
Why an intelligent young man like yourself should make such a foolish, fatal mistake of coming here to challenge me.
Oh, I have a plan.
So do I.
My own couch. Good.
Jeffrey, welcome.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Well, I prepared a couple of questions, but whenever you want to talk about the subject, feel free to fill it. I'm going to ask the audience as well if they have questions, if they don't speak
That's
English,
good, yeah.
I can translate it.
Okay.
Okay? Well, let's start. From what I heard, you started your acting career actually on stage in theaters. How did you become an actor for the screen?
For the screen?
Yes.
Well, I suppose it's a natural progression. I'm from California, born and raised, and I was doing theater, traveling around, working in different professional theaters. I went to college and then started doing classics, Shakespeare, Moliere, everything.
Okay.
And I was at a theater in San Diego, and an agent saw me and said, do you have an agent? And I said, no. And they said, well, you want to come to Los Angeles or to New York? And I said, maybe Los Angeles. And so I got an agent.
Okay.
This is sort of unusual. Usually people come to LA and try to get an agent.
Yes.
But I was lucky. But it didn't go so well because there is an adjustment when you come to Los Angeles and nobody knows who you are. So I wasn't very busy.
Okay.
For 2 or 3 years. It takes time for people to see you, meet you, and I continued to do theater.
Okay.
And then I was doing a small play. I'd done a few small things in film, but nothing big. And I was doing a play in a small theater in LA, and a casting director came to me afterwards and said, I'm casting something you might be right for. And that was Reanimator.
Okay.
Look out!
All right. That's better.
And I thought there was an amazing innocence. People had asked certain questions about it being, she was so evil, I never ever saw the characters. I always saw her as very innocent, really. Yeah, and instinctive, and so yeah, I thought it was a perfect first role.
Okay.
For sure. And we're still here talking about it 20 years later, so I guess it was a good thing to do.
Exactly, yeah. So are you actually a fan of the horror genre? Were you back then?
No, it wasn't back then at all. But I grew up with a lot of people that did not like to watch horror movies and stuff. And I have to be honest. I mean, it's a terrible thing to say here, you know, at this particular weekend. But not a big fan of horror movies because I just can't shut it off. You know, I go to bed and I cannot shut it off. So I'm too scared. In fact, I'm such a tough girl. You know, people call me the tough Canadian chick where I'm from. And yet, of all my friends, all my wimpy little friends, I'm the most, I get scared the easiest of everyone. So they always scare me and make fun of me for screaming and, you know, acting out. So I'm a little frail when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, out of the 3 parts, which one would you say is your favorite part?
Of the 3 species films?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely the first,
Okay.
without a doubt. Yeah, the second one, you know, the writing wasn't as good, it wasn't as clever, it became more... The first one was kind of a chase movie, and it was subtle, you know, it was made you think a little bit. And the second one got a little more gory, a little more sexy, a little more, you know.
Yeah.
As they often do with sequels. And then 3, 4, 5, forget about it. Yeah.
So what was the hardest part for you to do here? Like the hardest scene you had to shoot?
I guess, well, I'll tell you 2 different stories. The scene where I come in Species 1, where I come into the bar and I'm looking for the first time for someone to mate with, and I take my shirt off, and I'm in my bra, and it's in a big nightclub. I think we did 45 takes of that. And I'd never acted before, so I thought it was normal to do 45 takes of something, because it was very early on in the filming process. That one took a long time. That took maybe more than a day or a couple days to film, because Roger Donaldson's such a specific director, and so just to get things just right. The other thing that I remember, I guess, was doing the scene in the train where I was born. So they built that entire train station upside down. The entire set was upside down. It was brilliant the way they did it. And I was coming out of a cocoon, so it was when my character was born from the child to the grown-up version. And so it looks like it's coming from the corner of the upper right-hand corner, but it was actually from the bottom. And I had all the special effects people there, and I was completely drowned in goop and, you know, whatever, KY jelly. I think they used a lot of KY jelly and green stuff and slime and whatever. And I was nude. And they had built the set upside down, so I was coming through, squeezing through this scene, and they had a trapeze bar on the top of the set. So the idea was to hold on to the trapeze bar, pull myself up and push my legs out of scene, and then they would turn the film upside down, which is what I did. Not thinking at the time that there are going to be about 4 makeup artists pushing me through this thing, and I'm completely nude, pushing my butt, pushing my back, and I'm just thinking, wow, they are seeing parts of me that I have never even come close to seeing myself here in it. So that was kind of an awkward, physically challenging, and emotionally a little difficult as well.
Amen.
Yeah.